Correct.
And supporting actress. How is Megan Fox the actress in that? Ugh.
Because the other ones don't count as characters.
Oh, was it actually only nominated for one? Did I write that down wrong?
No, she's nominated for supporting in this.
Oh.
She was nominated... Oh, no, sorry. Supporting in Expendables and then Worst Actress in this. Yeah.
But I had this down also as having a nominee for supporting actress, but it doesn't seem to.
No. Yeah, Bai Ling.
Oh, why couldn't I see that? Okay, yeah, I couldn't see
It's
that on the other page I was on, but that's
Is that
fine.
how you say it with a ZH show?
Who was Bai Ling in it? Was she Clyde?
She was the Asian woman that was in it for all of like a few scenes that was just like screaming at the top of her voice. She was like the assassin.
God.
With red lipstick.
Not a fucking
Who was
clue.
like, yeah.
Well, I mean, we can start there.
Can you see them?
Yeah, I've got it open in front of me. Couldn't tell you. Let's start
She's
there.
Chinese,
I'm gonna
Chinese
leave
American.
that in the episode because I feel like that sums it up.
Welcome to W Rated, the show where we willingly watch the world's worst rated movies. Today, you've joined us on this year's Road to Razzies, our annual season of episodes looking at the nominations for the controversial Golden Raspberry Awards 2024. For new listeners, I'm Daisy, and as always, I'm joined by podcast co-creator, host and editor Clare. Clare, would you like to tell us which film we're talking about this episode?
Hi everyone, we're talking about Johnny and Clyde today, which is a 2023 film. It's nominated for 2 Razzie Awards for Worst Actress Megan Fox and Worst Supporting Actress Bai Ling. As you can hear, I don't know who Bai Ling was in this film. Apologies to Bai Ling. And I would have put Megan Fox in as supporting actress, to be completely honest, after watching the film. But fair's fair. If they wanted to nominate her, I guess they can nominate her. Daisy, this was supposedly a film. I've got a few...
Do you agree?
So I've got a few issues with this one because I thought with my our discussion of this film, because I thought this was atrocious. I thought it was badly made, badly filmed, badly executed, but it was clearly a very low budget horror. So I'm like, they're not trying to be what a lot of the other nominees this year are trying to be. Yeah, so I'm like, I don't think it's quite fair to judge them in the same way.
Context is important.
Yeah. And then the other thing is as well, what I will say, this film was very different. You know, we've complained a lot that everyone's doing the same thing and trying to appease everyone. Yep. I felt like this film was, you know, mixing it up a bit. I didn't think it worked.
That's why I didn't hate it. Because it was doing something different. It wasn't necessarily keeping me engaged the whole time, but it wasn't a complete by the numbers with what was happening. It kept me, I'd say I was intrigued rather than engaged.
Yeah. And
context is so important. Like, what you should achieve with skill, experience and money over here is very different to what you should achieve over here. You can say, no, this is a bad film, or this is badly made, or this it's XYZ, but I think the context of it's very important in your overall opinion of it. Like in a previous episode, I sort of mentioned about how, you know, some performances are okay, but considering it's a multi-million blockbuster film and you've acted for 20 years and etc., it's kind of like, that's not good enough. Yeah. That's why something like that should be potentially nominated. And I understand why this is nominated, because it really is, as you said, atrocious.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, who saw this film enough to vote for it in the first place? How is this even in the same league? Because listen, you wouldn't put a football team from lower division against a Premiership and be like, why are you so shit?
Yeah.
Like, there are different lanes for a reason. That doesn't mean this is good, but it's a little bit like, why are we kicking this poor small dog over here?
Like, I don't understand how they found this film. I don't understand how Megan Fox found this film. I didn't really understand the film, to be honest.
No.
So for context, because I doubt very many people have seen it, it's a riff off of Bonnie and Clyde, in that it's about a young couple who are going around on a murder spree. It seems to be set in modern times, yet no one seems to be able to stop them, even though they're absolute dipshits. And I'm like, how would they still be getting away with this? But anyway, you know, whatever, disbelief. But at the same time, they decide that they're going to knock off a massive casino for some reason, I think. And at the same time, Megan Fox is the manager of the casino, but seems to just live and work in some sort of weird sex dungeon where she has some weird sex slaves that I think they think is far more funny than it is. A lot of this film thought it was really funny, and I did not find this film funny. And so what you've got is like, it's setting up for like a heist, because like they gather a team who are going to go in and rob this secret vault in this casino, and then you've got her pretending to, in the film, being a hard-ass bitch, and you're like, oh, they're going to come up against her and she's going to take him out. They don't know who's there. She's like ruthless and will do anything. But then, just randomly in the third act, when they're ready to start the heist, and you're like,
reliving this, and I'm like, this is so ridiculous.
I'm like, cool, it's a heist movie. I'm here. I'm with it. Then Megan Fox gets a magical stone and summons a angry ghost demon that kills everyone.
Do you know what my theory is, which has now come to light in my head after you've just summarised that plot? I think they were trying to do a cheap Suicide Squad 2016.
Oh, that film's shit, though.
Oh, it's so bad. I hate it. It's one of my all-time worst films. But you know when there's it's the bright colours, it's the Joker and Harley, but that does have a fantastical element to it with Enchantress and things like that. So I wonder if they were trying to go for that.
Well, and I wasn't sure, as I am not Native American and English, I mean, we're the worst colonisers of all. You're also English. I don't know why I'm saying that like you're not.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if this was trying to be like, yes, Native people who were wronged, and that they summon up the ghost of someone who used to live on the land who was killed, or if it was racist.
It's so glossed over,
I was like, is this offensive, or are they attempting to be like, because the ghost guy wins, everyone dies.
But I don't think it's inherently racist. I think it's just it's just more like appropriation.
Like convenience.
It's that classic, like, what's the trope? Where there's always like a magical black person or African person.
It's like the magic Negro trope or something like that. Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where it's offensive in its own way. It's just being utilised very strange. It's a means to an end. It's not making a commentary on anything. It's not you telling a native story, to the point I didn't even remember that was the backstory until you just said it. So I think it's more they were utilised. It's exoticism. Does that make
it does? I've just never heard that phrase, but that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way I could describe it. It's this, and they kind of did it in Exorcist Believer as well.
Definitely.
It's this non-Western spooky voodoo stuff, and it's just like, this is 2020.
Yeah.
But I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that point. But I did. No, that's not what they were trying to do.
I was just like that. There were 3 films going on here, and they were distinctly, it felt like 3 separate films that had been glued together. Like, they didn't even stylistically, one shot to another one scene to another didn't seem to be matching in their colour grading.
It was just really bizarre. Like, it opened with Megan Fox being interviewed, and then the person was wearing a wire, and then she ends up killing her. She's obviously in some shady shit. Bitch. And then it just cuts to a montage of the characters Johnny and Clyde being killers on a killing spree, but you're led to believe that Megan Fox is the main character from the opening.
Yeah.
Or at least they're not introduced first before we see this. I don't know. It's just like,
I mean, do we think it's
the language
the case that
of the film doesn't make sense?
I imagine that her character was severely different, or probably very insignificant, until Megan Fox signed on.
Right.
I get the impression,
and I think that's the problem, right? When you have someone so much more famous, you automatically assume. But there's just ways of speaking through a film that we understand as watchers, and this was just so offbeat in a very uncanny way that it was really hard to kind of gel with. It was just, there didn't feel like there was any knowledge of how to make a story, how to make a film in this, that it just kind of throws you off. And I think that's why it does feel like, and I guess the focus on Megan Fox's character kind of overshadows, so it doesn't, it's a bit weird. Like, it's almost as if stuff should have been shifted around, and then you could make it her film, and these were the side characters, but you've also called it Johnny and Clyde, so it's like, pick a lane.
I'm just doing some, reading bits, and her character was inspired to be an evil version of a Disney princess, but I think one of the reasons maybe this got so much attention is because it was really, really heavily criticised, and it's one of the few films to have a 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, so that might have drawn, bad movie lovers who would vote in the Razzies to go and watch it. And it's probably big enough because it's got her in that people would have watched it. I did see that on Letterboxd, actually. Quite a lot of people logged it and they said, I've watched this because Megan Fox is in it. And it was meant to start filming in the pandemic and got delayed. It was filmed at the end of 2021, so still quite a lot of pandemic stuff going on. And all of Megan Fox's scenes were filmed first, which would explain why they feel like they're completely different to the rest of the film. Right. Because she doesn't even ever share the screen with them, does she?
No, she talks to them once through a TV screen and another time through a phone or walkie-talkie. And it does, you're right, it does feel so disjointed because of that.
I mean, it's hard. I can't give Bai Ling the worst supporting actress because I don't even remember her.
I can, it was really bad.
Okay. Who was she?
It was just screaming. She was in like 3 scenes. The first one, she's in the back of a van and she's talking on the phone, but she does like weird things like lick the phone at the end and stuff. Clearly she's meant to be like this really like unhinged like assassin. I get it.
She was with them.
No, she was completely separate.
Oh,
she had like, I don't even know if she interacted with everyone until the end. She had that scene and then I think she had another scene, and then right at the end she's the one that tells them like what happened when they come out. She's like got long dark hair, big, like a Claudia Winkleman fringe.
I'm trying to find an image of her in the film.
And basically she has been, she was hired by Megan Fox's dad.
Oh. Honestly, literally no memory, and I'm searching on Google Images and because I can't even find
Megan Fox was like, I'm handling this, I know, because they robbed the van, didn't they? So the dad knows that something's up, and I think maybe someone warns him that they're on their way or something. And she's like, I can handle this, and he hires an assassin or something to like get rid of them. But she's just basically got a few scenes on her own following them.
Oh.
She's screeching at the top of her voice. And she's clearly trying to be eccentric, and I get that, but it just did not work in the slightest.
In Japan, this movie was called Battle of the Killers. Just a much better name. Don't think it's as appropriate, but a much better name. That's a good name.
It's just like Johnny and Clyde. It's just like you've shoehorned that in.
Yeah.
Like.
So would you think that's a fair nomination then? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about it. Like, it probably wasn't all her fault. It was just everything, but it wasn't. No, I can't in good faith say that was not one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Okay. I mean, I don't even fucking remember it. So. And then Megan Fox, again, this will probably come out, I don't know what order release is in, but I'll try and do this after the Expendables episode because we've just quite literally spent about 20 minutes heavily discussing Megan Fox in that episode. So for our sanity, we don't really need to rehash that because it was 20 minutes ago for us. But I struggle with this because I did not think it was a good performance. I did not think it was well acted, but I think that is the fault of the film and the script. She's doing a terrible performance, but I'm like, is that what they asked her to do? Because everything in this film is bad and all the performances in this film are bad. So I'm like, I don't know how much of that is her, because the script, like all the stuff with her little sex slaves, I'm like, what is this?
It just felt like improv again. Every scene overstays its welcome. Every shot overstays its welcome. Every joke or intended line is repeated 3 times. Like the amount of times she'd like sit there and stare at the guy and be like, wave her hand away, and then she'd do it again. And it would just be like repetitive. It's like they didn't have enough of a film to make a film. Yeah. And they have extended everything. And
it's only 100 minutes.
And it feels like a fever dream.
Yeah. Yeah, like this was a bad performance, but it was fitting with the bad film. Yeah,
it was bad. I'm sorry. Yeah. It was just bizarre.
Yeah.
It was really bizarre.
Yeah.
There was just something that the vibes were completely off for the whole film.
Yeah.
What I will say is, I don't think that Avon Yogia, I think is how you pronounce his name. I don't think he was terrible.
Was he Johnny?
Yeah.
I didn't really feel for him, but I hated all of it. I just thought it was...
I hated everyone else, but I didn't hate him.
Okay.
And he's been in something else recently. It was that interactive Netflix film.
Oh, he was also in Victorious.
He was in Victorious, and I kind of, speaking of feeling for him, on a personal level I do, I know that he was really fucked up by... This is like the industry when he was younger.
Okay, so.
He's basically shared that he had alcoholism when he was shooting Victorious. Like, something's going to come out soon about all the abuse that they suffered. And I'm kind of just happy to see him working. Like, he's clearly wants to be an actor. I think he's good. I think he's got charm. I think, throughout all of this, I think he was the only one that was doing a serviceable job. And I just think that he's still going for it. He's still trying. He's still, and I kind of respect that. And I hope that he gets a good break, because I do think he's got something.
I mean, looking at his filmography, he's steadily worked. So yeah. Oh, hope so, because that guy from Nickelodeon sounded like absolute fucking nightmare.
Yeah, awful. What was it, Dan Schneider?
He's not been confirmed to have charged with anything yet, so we cannot slander.
Oh, is that slanderous?
I don't.
Even though
we've not said
anything. Even though there's been accounts.
There's been a count, but nothing's been proven, so it could be counted as slander. Also, nothing's been charged, so it could count as slander. Because what is the girl's name? Janet McCurdy's book, she just calls him the creator, I think, or something like that. She can't
name him.
She chooses not to as well, because it's actually about her story with her mum. It's just that he's there as an absolute arsehole. And he was a terrible person too.
He who shall not be named, even though I just did.
Anything else about Johnny and Clyde?
I felt like Clyde was also awful, and I think she should have had a nomination.
Well, so that's why I was confused. I thought Megan Fox was in supporting and that she was in actress.
I just think Megan Fox gets way more screen time.
Well, that makes sense now that I'm thinking about it, but I just assumed that Clyde had been nominated, and obviously as one of the titular characters, I would have put her as main.
Right. Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't get it, but Bai Ling did. And I'm wondering if that's because of the category.
Yeah.
And the fact that Megan Fox already got Worst Actress for supporting. Maybe they wanted, I don't know.
Category fraud at the Razzies.
Yeah, the fact that Mary Stuart Masterson got it in for 5 Minutes at Freddy's and Clyde didn't. I don't know how that worked. But I just thought that was pretty it was one note. Yeah. She was going for Harley Quinn, And then she just, and this isn't the fault of her, I don't think either, is that it was almost as if every shot lingered and they didn't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah, like it felt like it could have been, it felt like a kind of young student-y film.
Yes. I feel like they had a rough idea of what they wanted to do. They had a rough script, and then they basically said to them, I think the only person that had actual lines was Johnny. Mm-hmm. Everyone else had, here's a few things that you've got to say, and then kind of just act in between. Mm-hmm. And they didn't know how to do that. They didn't get any direction or help. And I think they've shot every scene from every angle and let it run.
Yeah.
They didn't do any blocking or direction or anything like that. I think they've just left them to their own devices, and devices they did not have many. It's a shame because we can only judge them based on these performances, right? These actresses may well be very good in other things, but I've not seen them in anything else.
Yeah, this was not it.
This is not the one. Yeah. This is not it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because it's almost as if like this is I think actually the worst one we've seen overall. We've got less to say about it because it's almost like, well, we can't
hold it to the same.
We can't really expect much more, but it's just not. It's not working on any kind of level.
I still put it as only bottom 3. There's two others that I thought were worse than this.
Really? Oh, I did actually look at your ranking.
Magic Mike, because I just think Magic Mike fails on every level for what it should be, and it's just a fucking advert, and doesn't remember it's a dance movie. And then Fast X, because Fast X genuinely made me want to slam my face through a window.
So I think overall this was an interesting one. There was intriguing parts. It was almost so bad that it was entertaining.
It felt like a callback to our Bruce Camp days.
Yes, it really was. It was more of an intriguing watch in terms of I was watching something so super low budget. Mm-hmm. And it was like, okay, this is kind of like an experiment.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And it did not work. I
didn't hate the monster costume, but it was very clearly a mask from the store they have in the US, Spirit Halloween. But I didn't hate the VFX. I think there's been worse VFX on multi-million-pound films.
I didn't like them because they just came out of nowhere, but I agree, actually. They weren't bad.
So I think it's one of those ones where it's just like, if you like bad films and you like to laugh at bad films, like there's a terrible wig in this and it's meant to be terrible, but also like it's just, and like nothing works. Nothing works. No. And that's why it's almost as if it's like it should be like a protected artifact. Because it's like more interesting to watch something kind of not for a certain amount of time.
I was going to say, I struggled by the end.
I did struggle by the end, but it's almost like a car crash when you're watching a car crash versus watching something that's so by the numbers. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It wasn't good. It was bad. It was terrible. I can't think of what I'm going to rate it. I couldn't remember. I didn't think I hate it. I danced between being like, I really don't like this. This is bad. But I didn't hate it because
I gave it 1.5.
There was something slightly different.
I gave it 1.5.
So I think I'd probably give it 1.5 as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we hope you can join us for another mini episode as we tackle another Razzie-nominated film on our road to Razzies 2024.